Welcome and thank you for checking out the third video in my tutorial series for my Out of the Park tournament stats utility. If you haven't checked out the first two videos, please go do so, as they'll make getting the app up and running much easier for you. In fact, this is probably the least important video in the series, as I'll be going over the tools that are currently available in the app, and frankly, most of them are going to be pretty straightforward for you if you've gotten this far. Let's go ahead and do the batting stats view first. When you open it, the first thing you're going to see is this file selection button at the top, which should take you straight to your ready data folder that you have set up earlier. Select whichever tournament you want to open. We'll start with the Daily Low Gold today. And then you can hit process file and it'll bring up, using default settings, all of the players that are in the tournament. On the right side, you'll see a button, window for batter search, a window for setting your minimum plate appearances. If this is empty, it will default to 600. Whether you want to split your variance or not, and which side of the hitter you want to see. You also have all the buttons for selecting your different positions and which stats you want to see presented on screen. Once you've done this, you can, we'll say, and first base. So it'll bring up all of those things and you can sort them however you like. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and pretty easy to use. If you want to see just the left-handed first baseman, you can do that as well. And if you want to see just Frank Tourney and his variance, well, none of them have enough plate appearances to appear. You can do that as well. Keep in mind that once you split the variance, the plate appearances will go down, so you may have to adjust your minimum plate appearances. You also have the ability to select the min value of your card and the max value of your card down here below, which is super helpful for cap tournaments and drafts. And that's essentially it for the batter stats view right now. Do keep in mind that if you double click on one, it's going to open a screen for their player card right now. This is not fully implemented yet and will be added to the tutorial at a later time. On the pitcher stats view, it's pretty similar. We'll select the same tournament and process the data. It'll start. The standard minimum innings pitched is 200, but if you set it higher or lower, it'll use that. So on the right side of the pitching stats, you'll see your player search, your minimum innings pitched, and then you'll see this SPRP split, which is how the game the app determines whether it's what innings pitched per game is going to determine whether pitchers are falling under the starting pitcher list or the relief pitcher list. Same thing here. You've got your split variance, your pitching side, and your ability to select whichever apps or whichever stats you want to see. So if we want to we can set our pitcher split to 5 and then set the minimum innings pitched to 300 and then click starting pitchers, and we'll see all of the pitchers who averaged more than 5 innings pitched per game with at least 300 innings pitched. And again, just like the batters, you can sort this however you want. And you're good to go on the pitchers. The team stats view is a little bit different. You're going to select your file, also Daily Low Gold. At the top, this is going to say Get Team List instead of Process File, and what that's going to do is activate this team list where you can select your team so that they'll be highlighted in the list. At this point, you can hit Display Stats. You don't have to bring up any of these. It's going to bring up wins, losses, win percentage, and stuff like that for you on the screen, and you'll see your team will be highlighted. And we should get the decimals near the top of this and probably closer to the bottom in winning percentage because they are not very good. And so again, you can add all of the stats that you want for your team and sort them as necessary. And you'll see your team stays highlighted throughout the whole thing at this point. So if you run into bugs with that, please reach out to me and let me know. And those are the basic tools. That's your current features of the app. I'll be adding new features every couple days to the app until I decide that it's fully featured. You can see some of the plans at the bottom of the GitHub page, but I'm always coming up with something new while I'm in the middle of coding, and so the new features that come out may surprise you, and it's probably not going to be in that order. Also, if you have feature requests, such as stats you want to see or different views you might want to see, please use the feature request on the GitHub link as well. I announce all the new releases usually every 3 or 4 days on my GitHub Discord channel, which you can find the link to in the description. Always feel free to come out and say hi when I'm streaming on Twitch as well, which is also going to be in the description. Good luck and happy tournament team building. The end. God, I suck at this.